Dr. Sugata Mitra and Dr. James Stanfield at Newcastle University. And it's been a journey, I'm not gonna lie. If you go back to my first blog post, you can see how the class is organized. But this is just for me to summarize my thoughts and really rave about my experience in general. I gotta say, it was pretty hard in the beginning just because I never used Twitter or blogged before. But towards the end, I was a lot more comfortable with that, especially because, we were live tweeting our notes during the provocations. So we were getting feedback from people that were, teachers or NGO workers or people that were somehow otherwise involved with souls all around the world, plus the people that were physically in the room with me. So sometimes I found myself, getting a little overwhelmed by tracing the discussions that were happening. But then I realized that if I just kind of relied a little bit more on my classmates' blogs, it was a lot more helpful because the discussions that it was impossible for me to follow all of them. But by reading my classmates' blogs, I was really able to like pick up the parts of the discussion that I missed. Also, just to see their reflections was so helpful. Um, and sometimes I felt a little repetitive because, we had all been in the same room and we all kind of were writing similar things. But then sometimes there were really thoughtful and unique arguments that didn't get brought up in class lecture, which was particularly helpful because a lot of the people in my master's program, um, English is not their first language. So, and also there are cultural barriers to participating in class discussions. So the blogs, in my opinion, seem to be a wonderful way for them to express their thoughts and for me to hear things that weren't being said during class time. But my favorite part of the class, without doubt, was whenever we had to create our own school. Um, wow, is it easy to be a critic? It is so easy in comparison to having to create your own solution to what you're criticizing. We all agree education is not the way it should be, but whenever we had to actually sit down and come up with our own school, it was so much more difficult than I thought. And I saw that we just kind of kept reinventing the wheel, to which Dr. Mitra also pointed out. But it was really helpful and really wonderful, and I would definitely take the class again.